Welcome back to Be Inspired from Life. Let me tell you something most people never realize until life humbles them a few times. The moment you feel the need to explain yourself to everyone is the moment you start giving your power away. You don't owe the world a detailed report on your decisions. You don't need to convince people why you chose that path, why you said no, why you walked away, or why you're moving differently now. When you over-explain, what you're really saying is, please approve of me, and the world doesn't respect people who are asking for permission to be themselves. See, confident people move with a certain quiet certainty. They make a decision, and they stand on it. They understand that not everyone is going to agree, not everyone is going to understand, and that's okay. Respect doesn't come from being liked by everyone, it comes from being solid in who you are. The more you talk, the more you open the door for doubt, debate, and disrespect. People start poking holes, questioning your motives, testing your strength, not because they're bad people, but because you showed them that your foundation isn't firm yet. I've learned that the strongest individuals don't waste energy trying to win every conversation. They choose peace over proving a point. They listen more than they speak. And when they do speak, it's not rushed, it's not defensive, and it's not desperate. It's grounded, it's intentional. They let time and results do the explaining. And trust me, results are louder than any explanation you could ever give. You see, when you stop explaining yourself, something powerful happens. People begin to lean in. They start paying attention. They may not agree with you, but they feel your presence. They feel your certainty. And certainty makes people uncomfortable at first, but eventually it earns respect. Because deep down everyone recognizes strength when they see it. So the next time you feel that urge to justify your choices, pause. Take a breath. Stand tall. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth, your vision, or your direction. Those who are meant to understand will understand without a speech. And those who don't were never meant to walk with you anyway. Here's the truth. The less you explain, the more powerful your silence becomes. And that silence will speak respect into every room you enter. Now let's talk about something that separates people who are constantly overlooked from people who are never taken lightly. Boundaries. Not walls, not arrogance, not attitude. Boundaries. See, the world will always test you. It will test your time, your energy, your patience, your kindness. And if you don't decide what you will and will not accept, someone else will decide for you. That's not strength. That's surrender. A boundary is you saying, this is where I end, and this is where you begin. It's you understanding your values so clearly that you refuse to discount yourself just to make someone else comfortable. A lot of people think setting boundaries will make them seem difficult, cold, or selfish. But the truth is, the people who benefit from your lack of boundaries are the same ones who complain when you finally set them. And that's a sign you're doing something right. Respect doesn't come from how much you tolerate, it comes from what you protect. When you say yes to everything, people stop valuing your yes. When you're always available, your time loses its weight. But when you learn to say no without explaining yourself, without anger, without guilt, something shifts. People start to adjust. They may not like it at first, but they will respect it. Because clarity commands respect. Setting boundaries also means defending them, not with arguments, not with emotion, but with consistency. You don't have to raise your voice, you don't have to threaten anyone, you simply follow through. If someone crosses a line, you respond with action, not drama. Distance, silence, or disengagement are sometimes the loudest messages you can send. And here's the part most people miss. Boundaries aren't about controlling others, they're about disciplining yourself. It's about having the courage to choose long-term self-respect over short-term approval. It's understanding that peace is more valuable than popularity, and self-respect is more important than being liked. So if you want people to treat you differently, start treating yourself differently. Decide what behavior gets access to you, what behavior doesn't. Stand firm, stay calm, and don't apologize for protecting your worth, because the moment you honor your boundaries, the world has no choice but to honor you too. Let me tell you something about power. It's often quiet. The loudest person in the room usually isn't the strongest one. Strength shows up differently. It shows up in restraint. It shows up in someone who doesn't rush to fill every silence, who doesn't feel the need to respond to every comment, every challenge, every opinion thrown their way. When you speak less, people listen more. When your words are measured, they carry weight. A lot of folks talk themselves out of respect. They overshare, overreact, and over-explain, thinking that more words will give them more control. But all it really does is dilute their presence. Every unnecessary word chips away at authority. You don't need to narrate your life. You don't need to respond immediately. Silence, when used wisely, is not weakness, it's discipline. Watch people who command a room without trying. They pause before they speak. They listen fully. They're not in a hurry to prove they belong. When they do open their mouth, the room shifts. Why? Because people know that when they speak, it matters. Their words are intentional, not emotional. Calm confidence always outperforms loud insecurity. This doesn't mean you become distant or cold. It means you become deliberate. You choose when to speak and when to let things pass. You stop arguing with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop reacting to bait. You stop giving energy to things that don't deserve your voice. And in that restraint, you gain control, not over others, but over yourself. The truth is, anyone can talk. Not everyone can stay composed, and composure is magnetic. It signals self-control, clarity, and strength. When people realize they can't pull you into chaos, they start treating you differently. They become more careful with their words around you. They listen more closely. They respect you more. So the next time you feel tempted to jump in, to defend, to interrupt, pause. Let the moment breathe. Let your presence speak before your voice does. Because when you learn to speak less and mean more, every word you choose becomes a statement. And that's how quiet confidence turns into undeniable respect. Here's where real strength shows itself, and it's not where most people expect. It's in how you respond when you're disrespected. Not if it happens, because it will, but how you handle it. Too many people think power is proving someone wrong, snapping back, raising their voice, or making sure the other person feels smaller. But reacting emotionally only tells the world that someone else has control over you. And once they have your emotions, they have your power. There's a different kind of response that speaks much louder. It's the ability to walk away without drama, no announcement, no insults, no long explanations, just a calm decision to remove yourself from what no longer serves you. That kind of restraint confuses people at first. They expect noise, they expect reaction, and when they don't get it, they feel it. Because silence paired with distance sends a clear message: I know my worth, and I don't need to fight to prove it. Walking away isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's understanding that not every battle deserves your energy. Some people are not looking for resolution, they're looking for a reaction. And when you deny them that, you deny them power. You show emotional maturity. You show self-control. And self-control is one of the most respected qualities in any room. This doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. It means you handle it at a higher level. You stop explaining yourself to people who've already decided not to understand you. You stop engaging in conversations that only exist to pull you down. You protect your peace because peace is expensive, and not everyone can afford access to it. And here's what happens. When you consistently walk away from disrespect, people start watching how they treat you. They become more careful. They think twice, because they realize you're not desperate for attention, approval, or validation. You're grounded, you're solid, you're unmovable. So remember this: anyone can react, anyone can argue, but it takes real strength to stay calm, step back, and move forward without bitterness. And the moment you master that, your silence won't just end disrespect, it will teach people exactly how to treat you. Let's go deeper now, because this is where everything starts to come together. Respect from the outside always begins with discipline on the inside. And discipline isn't about perfection, it's about promises, especially the promises you make to yourself. See, when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, nobody else may notice, but you do. And every time that happens, a little piece of your confidence erodes. You start questioning yourself. You start hesitating. And people can feel that even if they can't explain it. But when you keep your word to yourself, something powerful happens. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to walk differently, talk differently, carry yourself differently. You don't need to announce it. You don't need applause. That quiet trust shows up in your posture, your tone, your decisions, and trust me, people respond to that energy. Because someone who trusts themselves doesn't seek validation, and someone who doesn't seek validation commands respect. Most people think respect comes from talent, titles, or loud confidence. But real respect comes from consistency. It's built in the early mornings when no one's watching. It's built when you show up tired, when motivation is gone, and you still do what you said you would do. It's built when you choose discipline over excuses. Every small promise kept strengthens your foundation, and a strong foundation can't be shaken easily. Now let me tell you the truth most people avoid. If you can't rely on yourself, why should anyone else? If your words don't match your actions, people notice, even if they never say it out loud. They listen to what you say, but they believe what you do. And when your actions are aligned with your words, you become dependable. Dependability earns trust. Trust earns respect. It's a simple equation, but it requires courage to live it. Keeping promises to yourself also teaches you self-respect. It tells your mind and your spirit, I matter. It tells you that your goals are worth the effort, your time is valuable, and your growth is non-negotiable. That kind of self-respect sets a standard. And when you set a standard for yourself, the world has no choice but to rise to it or remove itself from your path. You don't need to make big promises. Start small. Say you'll wake up earlier, then do it. Say you'll stop entertaining negativity, then stop. Say you'll work on your craft every day, even when it's uncomfortable, then show up. These small victories stack, and over time, they create something unbreakable: integrity. Integrity isn't loud, it doesn't brag, but it's felt the moment you walk into a room. And here's the beautiful part. When you keep promises to yourself, you stop asking people to respect you. You stop chasing approval. You stop performing, because you already know who you are. You know what you're capable of. You've proven it to yourself day after day, and that inner certainty is magnetic. People may not know your story, but they can feel your discipline. They can feel your consistency. They can feel your strength. Life will test you. There will be days you want to quit on yourself, days when shortcuts look tempting, days when excuses sound reasonable. But every time you choose discipline instead, you're voting for the person you're becoming. And that person doesn't beg for respect, they attract it. So remember this: your reputation is built in public, but your respect is built in private. Keep your word. Honor your commitments, especially the ones no one else can see. Because when you become someone who never breaks promises to yourself, you become someone the world can't ignore. And that kind of respect is permanent. Now we arrive at the final truth, the one that ties everything together and quietly explains why some people are respected the moment they enter a room without saying a word. Growth, real growth. Not the kind you announce, not the kind you post, the kind you live. Improving yourself daily, quietly, is one of the most powerful moves you can make in this world, because it changes everything without needing permission or applause. Most people want recognition before results. They want credit before consistency. They want respect before the work. But the people who truly command respect understand something different. The work comes first. Improvement is a private agreement between you and who you're becoming. You don't need to broadcast it. You don't need to explain it. You just show up every day and get a little better than you were yesterday. Quiet growth sharpens your character. It strengthens your discipline. It deepens your self-respect. When you're focused on becoming better, you're no longer distracted by proving yourself. You're too busy building. And builders move differently. They're patient, they're focused, they're grounded. They don't rush conversations, they don't chase attention, they don't react to every opinion. They know where they're headed, and that clarity shows. When you work on yourself consistently, people notice the change before they understand it. They sense the calm in your voice, the confidence in your decisions, the firmness in your boundaries. You're not louder, you're clearer. You're not aggressive, you're secure. You're not chasing respect, you're embodying it. And that kind of presence can't be faked. Improving yourself daily also humbles you. It reminds you that there's always more to learn, more to refine, more to strengthen. That humility keeps you grounded, and grounded people are trusted. They don't pretend to know everything. They don't posture. They don't compete with everyone in the room. They compete with who they were yesterday. And that quiet competition builds something powerful over time, mastery. And mastery changes how people treat you. Not because you demand it, but because excellence demands attention on its own. When you become skilled, disciplined, and emotionally mature, people adjust around you. They listen more carefully, they second-guess their disrespect. They recognize that you operate at a different level, not above them, but within yourself. Here's the beauty of quiet improvement: it protects your peace. When you're focused on growth, drama loses its appeal. Comparison loses its grip. Validation loses its power. You don't need to be seen to feel significant. You don't need to be praised to feel proud. Your progress becomes enough. And that inner fulfillment creates an outer confidence that no one can take from you. There will be times when no one notices your effort, times when it feels like you're growing in silence. That's not a setback, that's the process. Roots grow underground before anything rises above the surface. And when your growth finally becomes visible, it won't be fragile. It won't need approval. It will be solid. It will be undeniable. So commit to becoming better every day. Read more, listen more, train your mind, strengthen your body, refine your character, guard your habits, protect your time. Do the work quietly and let the results speak when the time is right. Because when you improve yourself without announcing it, you walk into rooms already respected. Your presence says everything before you ever open your mouth. Thank you so much for watching. If this video inspired you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to be inspired from life for more motivational content. And remember, no matter where you are in life, you have the power to change your future. See you in the next video.